200 years ago, courtship involved a meeting between a man and a woman that was supervised by a chaperone. If all went well, the two would spend time together at social gatherings, and from then on, they would be officially engaged. Shortly afterwards, they would get married, but before that, they had no physical contact. This was all done to protect the woman's reputation. Fast forward to today, and let's just say that things have changed more than a bit. Regardless of the times, how do you go from being a miss to someone's missus? Number 1, know what you want. The first question to ask yourself, do you want to get married? If the answer is yes, then the next question is, when do you want to get married? And lastly, what qualities or characteristics do you want in your husband? Once you are clear about these things, you can move on to the next step. Number 2, go to the river. To catch a fish, you have to at least be by a riverbank. Depending on the type of fish you are looking for, then choose your riverbank accordingly. You don't determine marriage, the man does. So you must put yourself in the proximity of the kind of man you want. Remember, Ruth had to go to the fields to meet Boaz. It goes without saying that in as much as you want what you want, you must be what the man wants. Remember, Ruth had to be a woman of Proverbs 31. This is important because you want to be married, and the man who marries you wants something in exchange for his last name. It's a two-way street. Remember, Boaz wanted a faithful, virtuous woman, and Ruth wanted a God-fearing man of integrity. Ruth got Boaz. Number 3, be clear about what you want. Once you have caught the attention of a potential suitor, then probably the most important thing you can do for yourself is to be upfront about your requirements. You are looking for marriage within such and such a time frame. This way, you will quickly weed out all the time wasters. If you happen upon a scoundrel, he won't, or maybe I should say, he shouldn't get far, because within your time frame, which should be relatively short, you have milestones that demonstrate his commitment, such as a proposal, ring shopping, meet the parents, wedding preparations, all things which take time, effort, and money. Most scoundrels would flee before long, saving you time. Number 4, get a trustworthy male relative's opinion. Amongst other things, this will help you with weeding out the scoundrels. Men know men in a way that women cannot. I repeat, men know men in a way that women cannot. I say male relative because you don't want the input of a man who may secretly have designs on you. A trustworthy relative is more likely to put your concerns above all else. His stamp of approval is not a guarantee, but it is a good check measure. Number 5, have a sense of urgency. You may be wondering, how long should you be courted? A man knows whether he wants to marry a woman or not within 3 to 6 months of knowing her. This is not a short time or too short a time to know someone. You can never know everything about a person. Married couples will testify that marriage is a school in which you are always learning something about your spouse. Also, as a woman, the younger you are, the more desirable you are to a man. Therefore, your youth is valuable and cannot be wasted on long, drawn-out relationships that are going nowhere. As the proverb goes, a short courtship is the best courtship. To be clear, courtship should be about 6 months, after which a wedding date should be set within a reasonable time frame. Number 6, pray as though your life depends on this one decision, because it does. Who you marry is right up there in the top 3 of the most important decisions you'll ever make in your life, along with choosing to follow Jesus and having children. Marriage was instituted by God, and if you're gonna have any chance of doing it right, then you'll need His help. He will give you wisdom to be a virtuous woman. He will give you discernment to identify your Boaz. In short, to get to the aisle, you will need to 1. Know what you want. 2. Go to the river. 3. Be upfront. 4. Get an unbiased man's perspective. 5. Have a sense of urgency. And 6. Get on your knees and pray. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." There is never a shortage of takers when it comes to good things. Also, you're a wife before you're found. So be the best version of yourself. Apply these 6 tips and increase your chances of walking down